Hall of Famer Vito Santana, hoping to give. Hello, hey guys.
Hello there, my very good friends, ATB and Tan, till 5.
Wedding my jeans, bro.
We're here with Big Vito, the Don. Now, Vito, you've been working really well in JCW.
Wait a second. Now, let me ask you a question. All right? I want the people to know where I am. I'm here at Till 5 Wrestling Podcast. And when you introduce me, okay, it's the Don of Wrestling. All right, the man in charge of the investments. Okay? I know you're a happy-go-lucky fan right now and probably a Juggalo, I'm telling you, right? And then you don't even give me the props. But if fat-ass fucking Violent J was here, oh my God, Jay, I love you so much. I can't believe it. ICP, whoop, 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 up your ass. Man, come on, be a better host than that. Give me a better introduction.
That's right. I'll do your intro, Vito, because I am with you, dude. I agree with you. Every word you're saying. Fuck those Juggalos, man. Violent J sucks. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Don of professional wrestling, Big fucking Vito.
That's the way you do it. And for all you Juggalos out there, wipe that clown makeup off your faces. All right? We are not having any more Fago. Violent J is a fat fuck, and I'm taking over, and things are going to be done in a different fashion. We're going to do things my way. Because if it's not my way, you guys, you Juggalo Nation, is going to hit the highway, and you're going to have shit on a stick. Go ahead, chubby notorious ATB. Give me something give me something right now. Go ahead.
Well, we had JCW episode 64 last week. We had Vampiro is revealed to have a mystery man. We're building that up. That's going to be a main event match against Too Tough Tony, who you guys are trying to screw over. He's a JCW original, and you guys just want to push him out.
Bro, when you talk about JCW original, all right, I've been to every major organization in the world. The only reason you guys have eyes on you is because of me. I made it a major corporation. I made JCW a legitimate wrestling company. When I came aboard, all of a sudden, from 10,000 viewers to over 50,000 viewers this week.
Well, the viewership can't be denied. At this point, you guys are doing better than TNA was at one point. That's kind of...
No, we're not comparing. We're not talking about TNA. We're not bringing up any other people's business. We're talking about JCW business and Big Vito LoGrasso, the Don of Wrestling. He put asses in the seats. He put eyes on the YouTube. We're looking for a station so we can become a nation. And the Big Vito, what could we say? The Big Vito, killer of zombies, is going to live forever.
Well, I don't know. Judging by the scar you had on your neck, you might be one soon.
Didn't I just beat the shit out of these guys?
Yeah, you were telling people backstage that it was from Jasmine. Her and her monster corporation dominating more of the JCW originals this week. Destroying Ninja Mac.
Who the fuck is Ninja Mac? The guy looks like you've fucking been eating Big Macs for a whole fucking century. All right? Just because he does a couple of flips, he's somebody fucking special. Right? Too Tough Tony. Where the fuck has he been? Huh? He looks like he works in your fucking uncle's garage, for Christ's sake.
Well, he's probably been working in his uncle's garage. He's been there with the Juggalos and the Juggalettes. They're his family.
But what is it? Listen, Juggalo Nation, okay? You haven't been relevant in wrestling until now. And now, because you have the biggest and the most notorious bad guy on the planet in your federation, everybody is watching. Everybody.
Well, you were there making sure to pay the brothers of Funstruction to beat up the Outbreak for you But how did that work out, Vito? You ended up costing them their tag team titles.
No, cost me a couple of $100 to get a distraction so I could beat the shit out of them with a kendo stick. Smart business, wouldn't you say?
Heck,
That was a good investment.
You're protecting that investment by beating up the tag team champions with a kendo stick.
Vito knows hardcore and kendo sticks, man. That's the last hardcore champion of WCW.
I know. I mean,
the best hardcore champion in WCW. Do you know why? Because I had the opportunity to wrestle the best of the best in hardcore, a Mr. Terry Funk.
Absolutely. You've got a WCW hardcore title with a picture of him giving you that belt, right? And yeah, there it is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, you notice the Godfather. You know, we got the guys behind me. The guys. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I've seen the lives. I've seen that belt. As I understand it, that's the only piece of memorabilia that really matters to Vito in the long run.
Listen, besides my Versace jewelry, my Cadillac, my Hummer, my Mercedes, all right, my house, my hot wife, and all my gumads out there from town to town because I got gumads, you know, because I'm a handsome son of a bitch. You know, and they'll hand it to me every friggin' place I go. Women are fucking falling all over me, all right? It doesn't matter shape or size or what you look like. You got a good personality. You know, if you can cook, it's a bonus. But as long as you're hot in bed and you're available on Thursday nights, we're good. How do you think Jasmine got her job?
Well, is that how the ring rat got her job too?
Listen.
She was available on Thursdays.
Listen, you can't make everybody famous on one show, all right?
One person that managed to come in and become immediately famous, we've got him in the corner there, the new JCW World Champion and apparently new SmackDown roster member, Matt Cardona.
Congratulations to Matt Cardona on winning the JCW title. Congratulations to Matt Cardona on going back to the WWE. You know, when we're all sitting here, at the end of the day, guys, everybody's got to make a living, but everybody's goal when they first start out in wrestling is to make it to the WWE. I was lucky enough in my first year of training and wrestling to make it to the WWF in my first year.
You worked, did you work Undertaker in a dark match back in the day?
My very first match. No, it wasn't a dark match. Come on, do I got to school you? Do your homework. You're interviewing me or am I interviewing you?
Hey, I was like 6 at the time.
Are you a journalist?
He's the journalist.
No, are you a journalist? Are you an advocator of Till 5 Wrestling Podcast?
Yes.
Are you supposed to do your research on who you have on your show?
Yes.
Right? If Cena was here, you'd be going, oh my God, Cena, I can't see you. Like some fucking jerk off. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, I would. Probably.
You probably would. So show me the fucking courtesy. My first match was against the Rockers. Then I wrestled Bret Hart 4 times. I wrestled the British Bulldog. I wrestled the Big Boss Man, The Undertaker, High Energy, Virgil, Typhoon, the Legion of Doom. Okay? That is a long list of great superstars in our sport that took the time to teach me in my first year. While you're over here having fucking jelly donuts, I'm over there fucking getting my ass handed to me by the best in the business. And now I'm fucking taking care of business by kicking people's asses.
Absolutely. And you ended up kicking asses all the way into ECW and getting, as I recall, you had that match with Sid that I believe was on Jasmine's podcast. You mentioned that was what got Paul to give you that opportunity full time with ECW.
That's right. I got to wrestle Sid.
Yeah.
They needed
Dude, you put in the work all over. You deserved more awards than they gave you on the award special last week.
You know, guys, and I'm going to say this with all sincerity, right? And this goes with the truth. To win awards is very nice. It's very honorable, and thank you. But when you're wrestling, is that what you strive for, is to win awards or to be a great wrestler and wrestle around the world and be a big star? It's not about championships. They're nice accolades to have. It's not about titles. It's not about, a who's who or who you're buddies with. It's about longevity and the impact you have on wrestling. Now, at this particular time, I have a huge impact on wrestling as the top heel. The only other guy who's got as much heat as I do in wrestling, I would say Gunther is pretty hated, right?
Yeah, right now Gunther is really
right. MJF is a tweener, heel, babyface. I think the people like him, right?
Yeah, he's so good at being a smartass that he's fun.
Right, and then, John Moxley is completely straight heel, right? So when
I think we flipped him back over now.
Well, I don't watch, so I'm just saying because this is what I catch, right? Yeah. But when you talk about a guy who has strict heat, right? People are watching my vignettes. They enjoy the segments I'm in. But at the end of the day, I'm still telling all you juggalos to wipe that shit off your fucking face, smarten up. Let me fucking crack you a couple times, all right? And go to bed because your mom is coming over. It's Thursday night. There you go.
Well, if you're looking for something fun on a Thursday night to help elevate your evening on JCW Lunacy, we suggest you contact our sponsors at Green Hemp Company. They're rolling in the foothills of the Smokies at 2560 East Andrew Johnson Highway, Suite 3 in Greenville, Tennessee. They're open from 9 a.m. until 10 p.m. Monday through Friday. From 10 a.m. until 7 p.m. on Sundays, go see our good friend Hot Donna in Greenville, Tennessee. Give them a call at 423-609-7138. They will give you the best quality THC products that you can find at Green Hemp Company.
You guys are freaking selling cocaine on this freaking show?
No cocaine. THC.
No cocaine.
You don't sell it.
What kind of drugs are you guys pushing here, huh? Were you trying to get me pinched? Is this this show?
Speaking of getting you pinched, we actually think maybe what you need in JCW is your own family of sorts.
Who the fuck are those guys?
Well, that's Shane Mercer.
I don't know him.
He's in JCW, the Iron Demon.
He never even introduced himself to me. Who else?
That's true.
The Bust in the Brain.
Never met him. Don't know him. Did he send me a fucking box of cannolis, to my house, or invite me out for a cup of coffee? Don't know him. Who else?
Well, here's the beauty of it. They all hate JCW too. They were from GCW.
Yeah, but they can hate JCW all they want. Just don't jump on my express right now. Just to get yourself over. Just like you. You fucking begged me to come on this fucking show. And then the first thing you do is plug an advertisement so you can push your fucking drugs.
Well, speaking
I know
of
things
pushing,
are a little backwards in Tennessee, but this is fucking ridiculous.
well, speaking of pushing products,
go ahead.
The Carnival of Chaos tour, the JCW Lunacy taping with the Dawn of Wrestling, Big Vito, and JCW. It's going on right now. You see him there with his bottle of Dago. That's right, no Fago, just Dago. They're hitting up Denver, Albuquerque, Farmington, Flagstaff, Tucson, all over the West Coast. Make sure to check out JCW. Go see the Dawn and make sure to give him your money, your hard-earned money. It belongs to you.
That's right. You know why? Because what you should be drinking is fucking Dago juice. That's right. We're selling it here on the Dawn Show. We should rename this the Dawn Show because till 5 live with our friggin' notorious ATB from the friggin' Huntsville, fucking Alabama, wherever you are, all right? It's Fago juice. That's right. The Don is selling it Fago juice, all right? $25. You get a letter of authenticity. You get a Mafia card, okay? $5 for shipping, guys. I'll even do 2 for $40 because I'm not pushing drugs. I'm pushing Fago juice. Did I say that good? Did I make you smile?
I think you might have had a Freudian slip there, Vito.
What? Go call your mother. Get her out of here. You're giggling. You're supposed to be a professional. What? Hold on. Am I here to fucking entertain you? Am I fucking funny? Huh? You think I'm funny? You think I'm hysterical?
Absolutely, you are funny sometimes. You're a hell of a worker, and you're funny when you want to be.
Bro, how did you fucking hook up with this Jewel? Tell me, how did you hook up with him? I'm going to interview you now.
It was from his mother.
He's my friend, man. It's because of Ring of Honor. My mother connected us. And
they're a cousin, right? He's a cousin?
No.
He's a cousin?
No.
Son of a bitch. You're a cousin.
Man, this guy's been a pain in my ass for over a year of us doing this show. And I hate Juggalos too, dude. I agree with everything you're doing. I've been a big fan. I'll tell you deep cut. You know what my favorite Big Vito match is?
Go ahead.
I love your match. I think it's from 2003 with Kenzo Suzuki in Japan.
Thank you. That was a good match.
That's a great match. See, that's a deep cut.
I'm more of a Vito and Terry Funk on Nitro.
That was another good match. That was
great
prime time people. Good matches, good wrestling, good solid wrestling, guys. Thank you very much for complimenting me on my work. Well, let's get back to the fucking logistics here. Your mom hooks you up with this fucking guy?
Yeah. My mom hooked me up with this guy. My mom and I work at a vapor shop, and Aaron, or ATB, sorry, used to come in and pick up product for his wife. And we're both big wrestling fans, so she hooked us together. Yeah.
I actually helped his mom do his Christmas shopping because she was like, I have no idea what to get him.
One year, he bought me a signed ECW Big Vito promo, actually, that I have hanging in the studio.
Now, that's a good fucking gift. You know?
See? And he actually gave me a signed Tracy Smothers FBI 8x10.
Another good gift.
I have a whole of FBI in my studio with all you guys on it.
Do you?
Yeah.
Nice.
After the show.
He recently got engaged and his fiance is moving in. So our studio is having to move. So right now he's not in the studio.
All right. So time out from this interview. So you just got engaged. Congratulations. When is the big wedding day?
We don't have one set yet. We're taking our time.
Taking our time? Yeah. Now we're gonna go back to him being serious, right? Make sure you put your money where. Have a just in case fund. You're gonna say, Vito, what the fuck is a just in case fund? All right, because you know how these fucking relationships get. A just in case fund is $2,000, right? $2,000 stashed away somewhere. You know, it could be in a safe, it could be buried somewhere, whatever. Why do you need a just in case fund? In case you got to get the fuck out, just in case, right? Okay. You got first and last month's rent, and you got money for a fucking mattress. You're fucking ready to go.
I mean,
that's a great point.
Fucking valid, actually.
That's fucking valid, Vito.
I'm telling you, you know another thing, right? Don't ever get fucking caught up, right? I know some of these guys, you're out here, all right? You know how many times I've been on fucking Maury? You know Maury Povich, right? You know that show, right? I've been on that fucking show 273 times. And every fucking time that motherfucker had the audacity to say, Vito, you are not the father. I fucking, of course, Maury, I ain't going to get fucking bagged with this shit. 278 times I've been on the show, all right? And the guy fucking retired. Is he fucking living in some mansion, all right? Probably bigger than Graceland. I'm telling you, that's how much money I made just me appearing on the show. It's awesome.
Without you, Maury would have never got over.
No, he would never. You know, he was never considered a Fugazi because I was on the show. But then you have Notorious here, and he's over here fucking promoting, you know, fucking whatever he's doing. You know, and then I have to find out that, you know, he needed Mom's help to fucking get a hook in the Till 5 wrestling podcast. You fucking killing me.
Honestly, I should start drug testing this guy like you should drug test cocaine, dude.
So, back to the FBI.
What do you want to know about the FBI?
Well, we do a thing on here called the Mount Rushmore.
Right.
We have the Mount Rushmore of the full-blooded Italians here. And we feel like definitely that little Guido belongs up there, and Tracy Smothers for his work, especially as a heel. I feel like you channel a lot of that in your work as a heel.
So how come
And-
John Pope's not up there and you got Tony Mamalu?
Well, Tanner, you tell me.
Which one? I'm sorry. Yeah, you got Tony Mamaluke, Vito, Little Guido, and Tracy Smothers. The big four.
I don't know, Johnny the Bull. You know, he needs,
I'm a big fan of Johnny the Bull.
needs some
I'm a
fucking.
big fan.
You know what I mean? Tony's retired right now. He's out to pasture. You know what I'm saying? Now, what were you just drinking? What kind of health drink were you drinking there?
It's actually Mio, not Mio. It is Aldi water flavoring.
That's not what I fucking heard. I heard you drinking cream sodas.
No, I don't do cream sodas, actually.
Have a cream soda, make you feel better.
Have a day go.
Well, I know that the cream sodas on Instagram, that is the Vito fan club, or on Twitter. There is a full-on cream soda club.
The cream soda club. Guy took to act. Hey, do you have a big Vito club for me that I'm doing your show?
Not yet, but Tanner can get one going.
I'm gonna start one.
You
guys should start one. I mean, the guy on the left should start one. You're just a fanboy. You just want to hang around and shit and drink your cream soda and say, oh, I'm not drinking cream soda. I swear to God, Don. Oh, Jesus.
Well, so Vito, we do have one other sponsor to get through, and then we are full on all about the real Vito LoGrasso.
All right, who's the fucking sponsor?
That would be our good friends at Stover's Liquidation. They actually have liquidation and wholesale home improvement products, truckload quantities available, all sorts of flooring, tiling, bathroom essentials you could need. They're open from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. They're available 24 hours online at stoversliquidation.com. We recommend you go see our good friends in Oak Ridge at 481 Tulsa Road. You can call them at 865-523-4449. They are closed on Sundays.
All right.
And after the bell, now we're going to get into the real Vito LoGrasso and his life. I actually have managed to get this all set up by messaging Noelle, Mrs. Vito. And I really appreciate you coming on and doing this with us. It has been an absolute pleasure.
No, I hope you guys are having a good time.
Oh, yeah, it's been a blast.
I expect some new flooring to come from your sponsor, on the cuff. You know what I'm saying?
It can fall off a truck.
It could fall off a truck. Just let me know where the delivery route is, and it should fall off a truck. And make sure it's in Tennessee by your house so we can stash the shit. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm in Kentucky. Both of our sponsors are in Tennessee, though.
It doesn't matter. We need a place to stash this shit.
We'll hook it up.
We'll hook it up, right? Hey, you're in Kentucky, right? Now, here's something I tell guys who are from down south, and this is serious stuff. Did you guys ever go to a Kentucky Fried Chicken buffet?
Yes.
You have, right?
The last one is the town over from where we live.
I tell people about that all the time, and that is probably one of the best buffets you'll ever go to.
Well,
KFC.
Pretty good.
No, because a lot of people don't know that KFC has buffets except for down south.
Well, the only one now is in Somerset, Kentucky.
Right. Is it a big buffet that's down there, or is it on a smaller scale?
I think it's on a smaller scale now.
I think it's like two tables.
Right.
I think is all it is now.
And are they giving you as much chicken as you want to eat?
Yeah.
As much chicken, right? And they have two different kinds of chicken. They either have the fried chicken or the baked chicken.
I don't know if they have the baked out there anymore. I think it's the extra crispy and regular now.
Okay, extra crispy and regular. Because back then they had the baked. Now, the sides they have in this place, they have the corn. I think they have. I think they still have rolls that were very good. The rolls, the corn, the mashed potatoes were always good. What kind of greens are they serving these days?
You get the green beans.
It's green beans, right? The green beans.
Well, now, the beauty of all of this is we're actually in the middle of the last KFC buffet and the original KFC in Corbin, Kentucky.
Really?
Yeah. And the town that we live in has the World Chicken Festival every year.
Yep.
Guys, it is something when you get Southern chicken, and when you have, how do they cook it there? Are they baking it? Are they,
Fried.
It's fried chicken.
Look, Vito, I tell you what.
For the chicken festival that they have here in London, they do the world's largest skillet, and they fry all this chicken in this gigantic skillet.
Well, that's the gimmick they claim. They don't do it anymore that way.
Well, let me tell you something. When you can get any kind of Southern food, I mentioned KFC because when I was wrestling for Memphis, when I was in the USWA, times when hey, we're going to eat once a day. We're going to the KFC buffet. We're going to load up, And I always remember that. I speak of it fondly because not everybody knows. And they say, how does it? And then people, after I told them this, they actually went to find it and ate at the buffet. Pretty cool stuff.
I mean, yeah.
To you guys, it's not a big deal. But for people who are Northerners or Southern Florida people or people not from Kentucky and not from down south, it's the everyday norm. But to people like myself and other people who go and visiting, it's just like going to Graceland, the once in a lifetime thing. You know what I mean? It's pretty big. If you're a wrestling fan, you go to the Mid-South Coliseum one time, all the history that's in that building,
Well, I would love to go to the ECW arena. Because I've never been.
Or the Louisville Gardens when you used to go down there, and you go to Louisville Gardens. That was another historic place to go wrestle. So you guys definitely have the liberty to see good old fashioned Southern wrestling and be spoiled with it. But when you are over here, when you're a Northerner, the only thing you had is WOR. WWF wrestling. You might have gotten Florida Championship Wrestling or NWA on the smaller scale, but the only thing we knew of was WWF back in the day.
That's see, I grew up with WCW back in 91, 92. Like, my brother was a few years older than me, so he was a Hulkamaniac. I never hit the Hulkamaniac era. I was a Hollywood Hogan is what got me hooked.
Fair. Wait a minute. You didn't mention the Mamalukes. We were there too.
I love the Mamalukes. I'm pretty certain that I have a Mamalukes 8x10 in my WCW binder. I know that I have a Vito one.
Hold on a second. I come on your show. And you don't put out my friggin' merch, my memorabilia? What kind of fucking podcaster are you?
How did I know I had walked right into that one?
I mean, come on, you're a fucking fugazi now.
You know where people can actually pick up autographed Vito 8x10s on your website. And that's where people should grab one.
Well, plugging my shit so he can cover his tracks. Did you catch that?
Yeah, well, if they're not able to make it to the Carnival of Chaos tour, they can pick one up from Vito's website. There you go. See? Hey.
What a fugazi, man. What a fugazi.
There's always a segue.
Oh, my God. All right. Let's get on with the rest of the show. Go ahead, man. Fire away.
I know I don't know a lot about your time in Japan. But I do know that you had the opportunity to work with Misawa
Right.
So, how much of that was early in your career? How much of that do you feel really helped to shape your respect of the business? Because you do. Everybody talks about how much you respect the business. 100%. Like that was Barnabas talked about that with us for a while,
Well,
and that was
well, if you guys really want to know, like when I started wrestling, Johnny Rodz broke me in the business. He's a Hall of Famer. Not to, not pushing awards or nothing, but that's what he accomplished wrestling. And back then, if you made it to WCW and WWF TVs, that was like a big thing. I made both those in the same year because my first match in WCW was with beautiful Bobby Eaton with Paulie Dangerously on the podcast. And I got hit with the Alabama Jam that let me do my gimmick, the German gimmick, the Skull Von Crush, right? And then I got called to go and do TVs for WWF. And the big thing was you wanted to make those two go to Puerto Rico and wrestle. You wanted to go to Japan, get your Ribera jacket. And then if you were to make it to the WWE, you had to go through Memphis. Okay. So in my first 2 years, I did WCW, the WWF, I made Puerto Rico, and I made Japan because went on the first tour of NOW for Kendo Nagasaki. And who was on that tour with me? Harlem Heat.
nice,
right? And that's how we became friends. So after I went to Japan and I did Puerto Rico, I wound up going to the Dominican Republic for Jack Veneno. Then after that, I wound up going to Jerry Lawler in USWA. When I finished there, I went to Carlos Colon in WWC. I did 3 years there. And when I finished that, I went to ECW, then WCW, the XWF. I did in between tours of Japan in between that time, where I went to where you saw the Misawa match, and I wrestled for All Japan, and I got to wrestle, with my tag team partners, with Gary Albright and Dr. Death Steve Williams. I'm wrestling the best of the best, and it was a great honor and a privilege to have these opportunities. But I worked for it, I trained for it, I was a student of the game. And if you making it to All Japan or New Japan back in the 90s, you accomplished a great feat. You know what I mean? You accomplished something because they didn't just let anybody in. You had to be good. You had to be good. So after that, and that's when I got the call for ECW, WCW. I was the first match at XWF. I went to TNA. I did NOW with World. I went to World Japan for Mr. Hattori, and that's when I was with Legion of Doom, Vader, myself, Dan Bobish, and you talk about wrestling in tag teaming with Mr. Tenru. That was a great honor. You know what I mean? And then having matches with all those guys. So, I mean, my career was, well-rounded by the time I got to the WWE. I had done 15 years, but 15 years of working in territories, So, I mean, you talk about learning the business, respecting the business, being a student of the game. And, that's how you make it in the wrestling business. It's very hard today to go to a performance center, which is a great facility. You can only learn so much. And that's why I think some of the performance center wrestlers get cheated a little bit because they don't have that experience to go out on the road, live on the road, and learn the game, learn the psychology of what it's like to be in a territory, which is very important. Because all the people from my generation and then the generation before, that's how you learn the game. And that helps you be a well-rounded wrestler and understand the business. And then when it comes to today's wrestler, you take the time to explain how we did it back then, but today's generation has a different perception of what it should be. But in general, Wrestling 101 still works.
Yeah. I have seen that firsthand. I mean, a lot of I love the fact that JCW is full of people who are willing to put in the work. I feel like those guys are true hustler. A lot of them are true hustlers. Like Mercer, I have followed Mercer's career for years, and he is always like, "Let me fill in this random date. Give me a booking wherever." I love that. I love to see people who are still working that style instead of just trying to get in quick.
Well, here's the thing. You have a lot of guys. You have a lot of guys who are wrestling in JCW didn't have the opportunity on a regular basis to work like with a Vince Russo, to work with a guy like myself. You take me, for instance, right? Now, we talked about titles and we talked about stuff like that. But my job at this point in my career is to be a notorious heel, but elevate the talent that I'm working with to get everybody up to where I am. That means working with the Outbreak and Barnabas and Stephen Flo and Cocaine and the Clowns and Jasmine St. Clair and the Monster Corp. That's a lot of people for me to be involved with, right? And then you have the vignettes where other guys are coming in, and I'm involved with a lot of different people, and it interacts. And the one thing you have to know is how to interact with different talent to get everybody over. And that's why JCW is very successful right now, not only because of me, because everybody's following the program and what we are trying to accomplish. So it makes for good programming. And it goes back to get heat on the heels. It's the Attitude Era. It's risque. It's storylines. It's not just matches and bullshit. Everything actually means something.
But one thing that we have said from the get-go is that it's actual gimmicks and not just good working. Like, great matches are wonderful to see, but once you've seen them every week, they're not as great.
You see, the thing with JCW is that you have gimmicks, right?
Hmm?
But you had no storylines. It was just a bunch of gimmicks. And when I seen the product and Vince told me, Vito, check this out. I want you to watch this and see. First thing I noticed, I said, wow, these guys have a lot of good characters, because that's how I came up. And I see characters. So then there's potential to make something of the product. Characters is what we lack today in wrestling. The storylines and length of the storylines is what we lack in wrestling. You don't need all these long drawn matches when you have only an hour show. If we had 3 and 4 minute matches and we had more promos and, a match and a promo, shorter the match, the less that can go wrong. You make it quick, go to a commercial break, couple of promos, another match, and a couple more, and everything moves a lot smoother. Then you have a good product. Now, we had 50,000 people this past week. That's pretty significant.
I was watching that first. I actually do my best to catch it live, and usually Tanner ends up working till 7 most nights, so he's usually unable to catch it live. But
you guys have been watching. You guys have been, all seriousness, no joking, right? Yeah. You guys have been Juggalos for a long time, right? Pretty much.
Oh, I have liked ICP pretty much my entire life. Tanner has not. It's not his music
whatsoever.
Okay, no. But once you get to watch what they're about and you find out what the Juggalo Nation really is, right?
Yeah.
You say, hey, pretty cool. Because what do they want to do? I mean, when you want to spread the word love and you want to be happy and come in your clown face, you want to do all this stuff, you want to be yourself. and in the world, everybody just wants to be left alone and be themselves and be happy. Nobody's looking. My job is to make you miserable as the heel, right?
Yeah.
But I understand the lifestyle of a juggalo. I understand what their music is about. You know, I understand what their concept of life is, and you put it in a wrestling format that people could follow along. Look at that son of a bitch, fucking Vito, fucking ruining our Fago juice, fucking telling us to wipe this shit off your fucking faces, making us go outside and come back in and pay $5 to re-enter the building. Fuck you.
Yeah, it is. It is.
I have the opposite reaction of most. I love that, Vito, and I think you should keep fucking around with them. I think you should just.
No, I am. Fuck them. Fucking juggalo. All right?
Sure.
No, fuck them for sure. And they got a fucking guy here who's a fucking juggalo for life and don't even know how to delete a podcast. I'm fucking carrying the show. What the fuck?
That's how I feel every week, Vito. Thank God we're on the same page, man.
All right, thank God. Thank God your fucking mom had to help him out. You know what I mean? I hope you sent her a Christmas gift this year and didn't fucking cheap out.
Well, I mean, Tanner wouldn't know the first thing about getting any of these socials running at this point, so we both know who's doing the work here.
So unfortunately, I need him.
You know, and then it's really fucked up. He doesn't think enough to get your mom a gift, but he'll promote his drug thing that he's selling. Hey, look at our friggin' sponsor. What are you, laundering money? Hey, it's Green Health, right? Oh yeah, Green Health. We got all the instant rolling in the foothills of the Smokies. 423-609-7138. We're on Andre Johnson Highway, Suite 3. Don't come in the front door. Come in the back because the feds are watching.
Actually, I didn't know that actually was set up with my friend Donna. She works there. Hot Donna, as we call her in the ads.
Hot Donna.
She used to do all the cosplay, modeling, calendar, stuff like that. That was her big thing.
I get a fucking calendar from Hot Donna.
I can see if they still have them in print.
Yeah, why don't you send me one? Say Hot Donna, sign this for the Don, Big Vito. Thank you.
Yeah. She took her kid to a couple of JCW shows this past summer, and right. I didn't know that she had went. And I sent her. We were talking about having you on the show, and I said, "Yeah, he's been interacting with Barnabas, and we had him a couple of weeks ago." Because she's not really a wrestling fan, so she doesn't watch it. We're just friends because we used to work in a comic convention together.
So did Hot Donna like my stuff?
Oh, she enjoys it. Yeah, she thinks it's great. She really enjoys
not the show. Does Hot Donna like my stuff?
Well, she's not gotten to watch your episode yet. It's not on the air yet.
All right, tell her she needs to be a guest on Thursday nights. We can work something out.
I'll let Hot Donna know.
Right, and then we're not going to fucking talk to anybody's mom. We're just going to have a fucking one-on-one conversation. All right, we're not going to push the fucking Green Hempies or the fucking flooring company. We're going to talk fucking bullshit, the real shit. You know what I mean? Let's go out for have a drink. Let's go have a good time. You know what I mean? Enjoy some Italian-style lifestyle. You know what I mean? Fucking Green Hempies.
Well, I know with this Carnival of Chaos tour, they're going to have Wacko the Kid. He'll be there with some of his THC products, I'm sure.
Everybody's got to have a job, right? Everybody's got to have a job. All right.
Yeah. So when you look back at your career,
right,
as it is, what do you consider your? I'm not going to say peak because I don't feel like you've had. I feel like you are so fucking fun right now. It's not even funny in JCW. So I don't want to say peak, but what is your favorite moment so far?
All right, guys. When we talk about my career, I just did an interview with Vince Russo at that. He said the same thing to me. He says, you are doing your best work right now because you are you and people are finally seeing you. When I'm working, I am this. Wrestling, training, studying, job, right? And before, and this is the truth, you know, people were afraid to approach me and people were afraid of me. You know what I mean? Because I was so straight, hard wrestling, just, but then when you get to talk to me and you got to know me, it's just, it was just one of those barriers. I put a wall up because, it's just how I was. And Vince said to me, he says, do you regret any of that? I said, no. I says, I'm not a kiss ass like Barnabas. Oh, Mr. Russo, it's so happy to be here. I can't believe you're giving the Outbreak an opportunity and putting me in the limelight like Bobby the Brain Heenan and some of the other great managers. Can I get you some coffee, Mr. Russo? I'm not that fucking guy. All right. And it's the truth. I was not a kiss ass. I was a brown nose. I wasn't nothing like that. When you talk about the things I accomplished in wrestling, it's from hard work. It wasn't from politics, right? And then you say, what was the best time of my career? My hardcore run with Terry Funk, that was a milestone. Winning the Iron Man title in Germany, the tag team titles with Johnny the Bull, tagging with Nunzio, the FBI, being tag team champion with Johnny, you know what I mean? But I'd have to say probably the most fun I had was when I was under investigation and I wore the dress because people actually got to see my personality and I smiled and I had fun. I was free living and people got to see Vito just not giving a shit, enjoying life, just like the Juggalo Nation, because they had a lifestyle. Here I am portraying this lifestyle, and I'm happy. I'm smiling. People love it. I had a winning streak. How many guys have had an undefeated streak in wrestling? Think about it. When you think about it, there aren't too many notable guys who had an undefeated streak. You talk about Tatanka, because I wrestled during that time, right? I wrestled him 4 times during the WWF, right? Then you talk about streaks. You talk about the Undertaker WrestleMania streak, which is never be matched. You talk about Goldberg streak, right?
That's Tanner's favorite.
Right. So then when you talk about other streaks, there was a streak where Ric Flair went undefeated until WrestleMania, until when he retired, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you had Vito in a dress streak that people forget went on for 5 months, undefeated, right?
That's actually the era that I grew up in, was that Ruthless Aggression era.
Say it again.
I grew up in the Ruthless Aggression era during that era when you were doing the dress, and before that you were the bodyguard teaming up with Nunzio. I loved that. I loved it. I watched SmackDown and Velocity every week.
Bro, everybody loved that, and everybody thought that was some of my best work, right? And then when I came out in the dress, I said, "Vito had." Do you know how many people I used to talk to, and people who used to be open, and it opened doors for people who were afraid to be themselves. I was ahead of my time with that,
Absolutely.
You couldn't ask for anything more, but you saw somebody who's this tough son of a bitch and said, I don't really give a shit what you think. I'm fucking dressed the way I want, And then I was single at the time, right? I had more girlfriends. I had more ladies than you could ever shake a stick at. I said, motherfucker, I should have did this 10 years ago. I'd be swimming in panties. I would. I'd be really seriously, honestly. We talk about this and something I told my wife and stuff like that. She knows. I said during that time, it was good when I used to go home. I'm going to go to the clubs, put a pair of jeans, shirt, try to talk to some ladies, pick up some ass, and nothing. I said, this fucking sucks. Throw on the dress. It was that, I had every place I went, I had a lady. I had somebody. It was unprecedented. It was something that it was crazy. It was like you live in this This, like, I posed in Playgirl magazine respectfully, right? And I say this wholeheartedly, respectfully, because it wasn't about showing you junk. It was showing a part of Vito, which was beautiful. And it's one day of beauty, just like all the girls did Playboy magazine, right? And they got to show their beauty for a day. And that was a big thing. So I got the opportunity to do Playgirl, right? So when you talk about, like, you know, being a sexy, you know, handsome man doing what you're doing and have that opportunity tastefully, it comes off even better because you weren't a slob, you weren't a pig, you weren't anything. I got my face on the cover of the magazine. I had almost a centerfold of pictures of me without showing anything, right? And that's another accomplishment. To do that at that level, that was pretty cool. So when you talk about all the great things I did and all the places I traveled, and I traveled the world 5 times over, you know, the dress was pretty fun. I mean, but
I mean,
now,
it is very memorable. Like for me, I will always look back fondly on the WCW run.
right.
I was at a lot of those Nitros and Thunders back in the day. So for me, I love that era. And I know when me and Tanner were talking about doing this, he was like, "Will Vito be upset to talk about the dress era? Because I love the dress era."
The dress is a big part of my career. You know something, guys? I did that 20 years ago. They still talk about it. They still bring it up today. To still, you know, and if it sucked, you wouldn't bring it up. But now here I am doing the Don character, which all of wrestling is watching. Even fellow wrestlers, the boys, are watching and commenting, Vito, this is, you are fucking killing it. Keep on doing it, brother. You're doing a great job. You know, and these guys are digging what I'm doing. And like everybody says, you know, this is my best work. This is just me being me and me being who I am, because I grew up in an Italian family. I grew up with people who were connected, my family. You know, I had that connection. I grew up that lifestyle. I lived that lifestyle. So I know exactly how it is. And it's not like some full of shit character trying to be with a fake accent, copy all the big Vito stuff and do this. This doesn't make you Italian. Being a fucking gangster, talking to you and speaking your mind, you know, cursing people out, calling people a jerk off, or get a fucking cream soda, wipe that shit off your face. You're a fucking fat fuck. I'm going to knock the shit out of you. That's what people want to see.
Yeah.
It's like Joe Pesci, De Niro, you know, like rolled into one, and here I am fucking doing it, and it's natural with a spice of diced clay, you know, because I'm going to add Hickory Dickory Dock, you know, eventually.
So is the AOL email how people would reach out to you for bookings?
No, if you guys would like to get in touch with me, okay, I am on X at the Big Vito brand. I am on Instagram at the Big Vito brand. Facebook, the Big Vito brand. TikTok at the Big Vito brand. If you'd like to book me, go to bigvito.com. That's my website. We have a connection there, as you see on the board, at the Big Vito brand. Or my email is bigvito@bigvito.com. Guys, I'll do any kind of, you know, promotion. You want to invite me to a party, you want to invite me to your hometown. It doesn't just have to be a wrestling event. It could be any event, a party, whatever you want to do. Let's get me to your hometown. Let's have a good time. Let's enjoy the dawn of wrestling, and let's make history.
But if we ever get you down around here, I was raised by a sweet Southern, well, I won't say sweet. We call her Sweet Pea because she was hateful so much. But by a Southern woman who taught me how to fry chicken. Right. I will show you that KFC is not the best fried chicken around.
If you could show me some good fried chicken, I would greatly appreciate that.
Absolutely. Really? And you even I saw you were doing a training with Devon School.
I do train down at Devon Dudley School. That's in Winter Park, Florida. If you're gonna hit up Devon, go at Testify Devon. I believe it is, at Devon Testify. You know, he's on Instagram. Hit him up. Tell him Big Vito sent you. And this way you guys will get a plug. And tell him you heard it on Till 5 Wrestling Podcast, where the Don of Wrestling Big Vito got to be with Till 510 and Notorious ATB.
Vito, we greatly appreciate you joining us.
So am I gonna get like a gift certificate to a fucking restaurant now because they did this show? I don't want any fucking green hempies, all right? Because I'm still under investigation. People are watching shit.
Want some gummies? We can send you some gummies.
See, I'm trying not to get pinched. I'm just trying to go have a fucking meal. You know what I mean?
Well, hey, most states legalize THC now. You're all good.
See this guy, bro? Now you guys are gonna make maybe a couple grand off this fucking thing. At least you can send a fruit basket. You know what I'm telling you? It's gonna great.
First royalty check, Vito. I will send you a KFC gift card.
Oh my God.